Welcome to Metaphiles, the podcast that talks to you. Episode 4, Sarcasm. It's going to be a great episode.
It's going to be so good.
It's going to be a great episode.
Oh, this episode's going to be great.
Wow.
Wow, so great. But before that, Jason Ford.
Yeah.
Can I have your permission to tell a joke that isn't sarcasm?
Sure.
Okay. And I just want to we'll peek a little bit behind the curtain here. We record these episodes on Mondays. So if from the time that this was recorded, if your Jimmy Fallons and your Jimmy Kimmels and your Jimmy Colberts and Jimmy Cordens have made this joke already, they stole it from me.
What does that have to do with Monday?
Because by the time this comes out on Saturday, they will all probably have made this or similar jokes. But I want it to be known I was the first.
Okay.
I was the first. Okay? Because here's the joke. The Grammys were last night, Jay. And fortunately, there were no slaps at the Grammys. But there were plenty of hits.
Oh. But not.
No. I wouldn't tarnish the Rust Bowl with something like that. But that I just felt it was a classic late night monologue joke. There were no slaps at the Grammys this year, but there were plenty of hits.
Did Letterman pencil throw?
Yeah, but don't, because I might need it.
Okay.
That's the thing about Letterman. What if he needed to write something down?
He didn't care.
He didn't give a fuck. You would never see Jimmy Corden.
He was crazy.
Do that.
Jimmy Corden?
Yeah, or Jimmy Myers, any of the Jimmys these days. None of them's got the guts. To be like, what if I have to write something down?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
They don't give a shit either way.
No slaps at the Grammys, but there were a lot of hits.
There's no slaps at the Grammys, but there were a lot of hits.
Some of the songs slapped.
Oh,
That's the other one.
some of the songs slapped.
but none of the Smiths did. And there were no songs by the band The Smiths at the Grammys. I got a whole Type 5 here going.
What was it, Type 5?
Huh?
Type 5?
Type 5.
Oh. Well, you're about 30 seconds in. That's being generous.
I got a tight 30 seconds.
It's a start.
Yeah.
We're about to do a tight hour.
We are.
A tight 60.
And none of that was sarcastic. But from here on out, I'm starting the timer. And as far as sarcasm, all bets are off. Here we go. From now into the future, no one will definitely know if we mean anything we are saying.
It's going to be a whole lot different from all the other comedy out these days.
Yeah.
That's, because we're going to bring this whole layer of irony to the whole thing. Like, is it supposed to be funny, or is this supposed to be not funny? Is it that, and then that's supposed to be funny?
Yeah. Is this funny right now?
Oh, yeah.
So
hilarious.
Funny. So funny. Wow. I think that like your keyword for being sarcastic is weirdly to do Owen Wilson. Who's not known as like a very sarcastic guy. And mine is to just draw out the word so.
Yeah.
But that's almost like
we gotta branch out.
Valley Girlish or something.
You're pretty Valley Girlish, I would say. In a
Stop.
well, in a good way.
What other way would there be? Valley Girls, so cool.
Love the Valley Girls.
Comedy of today, Jay. Not of this today. Of the today. The bigger today.
Yeah, I was about to say, when's it going to start?
It started with no slaps at the Grammys.
Yeah, it did.
And ended with it.
Nah.
Comedy of today. More or less sarcastic than, say, comedy of the 90s. I feel that sarcasm kind of peaked in the 90s, don't you? With your Roseannes and your Chandler Bings and etc.
It peaked in the 90s along with everything else. No, I you know.
Sorry, Zoomers.
Yeah, no, I do feel sorry for them. They're gonna have a great time.
Oh yeah, the planet's gonna be so habitable.
Things are looking good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what? Can you give me an example?
Roseanne from the show Roseanne.
Never watched it.
Oh wow.
I just saw this lady in the kitchen all the time.
That's most of it.
That's my conception of Roseanne in its entirety.
That's a lot of it.
Okay.
They hung out in the kitchen / dining room.
It's like Seinfeld.
70% of the time.
Did the diner.
Yeah.
Okay.
The characters in Roseanne couldn't afford to hang out at a diner all the time because they were just trying to get their bills paid, man.
They were real people.
They were working class family. They were very. I cared about that family a lot.
Me too.
They were. You never watched it. Now, sarcasm. We should have I wish we had a buzzer or something, so when we know that we're being sarcastic, we could buzz it, and the buzzer goes, great. The buzzer is sarcastic.
We'll put a pin in it.
Okay. Yeah, moving on from the dicey waters of Roseanne.
Well, I mean,
Chandler Bing.
Give me an actual example of because I don't know. Nothing really about the 90s jumps out at me as being particularly sarcastic.
I mean, I would say that 90s sitcoms fueled heavily by sarcasm. You could say that Jerry Seinfeld, fairly sarcastic character from the show Seinfeld. Yeah. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I've never heard you talk about it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Great.
I'm glad that buzzer's there so I can get clued in when the sarcasm hits. I mean, well, okay, so point taken. So what about as opposed to today?
Yeah.
Do either of us watch any comedy shows in the current year?
I was watching The Good Place, but that is now over.
I saw the latest season of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I can't remember much about it.
And I guess it would be a strictly 2010s, but Parks and Recreation, April, played by Aubrey Plaza. Aubrey Plaza, probably the most sarcastic star of this era.
She doesn't have a non-sarcastic particle in her physical being.
I don't think so. Do you think she's funny? I do.
Funny?
Yes.
Beautiful?
Yes.
Never gonna be my wife?
Yes. I'm not hitting the buzzer for that one.
It's not sarcasm. It's just
I know.
unadulterated despair.
Do you think that if you were more sarcastic than you are, which let's just delve into that in a second, yeah, that she'd like you more? Or does she, because she's eaten up all the sarcasm in the room, does she want a guy who's just very, very earnest and not trying to upstage?
I mean, that would make sense, yeah.
I wonder how she'd tell you if she didn't like your behavior. She'd probably be like, I really love it when you are being sarcastic also.
Great. Yeah, I'll never know, and that's the main point. This is all hypothetical.
Yeah.
I
mean, this podcast could get famous enough that she hears of it and listens to it and goes back to into the archives, sees an episode called Sarcasm's like, well, this one's for me. And she doesn't think that sarcastically. It's the first time ever in her life.
I'm sorry about last weekend. That's just like a preset, like a template for whenever I fuck up, if that does happen.
So she can just always go back to this episode.
Sorry. Just like to hedge my bets. I like to set myself up for success.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about you and me, sarcasm. We've used it, but I wouldn't say it's either of our go-to brand of
it's not our bread and butter.
And I hope it's not too early to go this level. But in general, sarcasm, lowest form of comedy. It's made me laugh, sure.
Interesting.
But lowest form?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's sarcasm.
Yeah.
And then metaphiles, and then everything.
Great. Definitely sarcasm because we're fucking hilarious.
Yeah. You better be laughing right now at home.
I don't know. There's got to be there's definitely a lower form of comedy than that.
Yeah. Prop comedy.
Yeah.
You've never done it.
No.
This cow was on this table when we got here.
Yeah. Cover the button.
I got buzzer blocked. I can tell you what the absolute lowest form of comedy is. This is like sarcasm.
Funerals?
If sarcasm is like Z, this is Z1. It's sub.
Okay.
And it is any T-shirt that says the word sarcasm in it in any context. Like it'll be a T-shirt that says like, this machine is run on sarcasm, or don't talk to me until I've had my sarcasm in the morning.
Or like a fish, or like a hat that a redneck would wear. It says, "Fish fear me, women want me.
Well,
sarcasm
that's awesome.
Is my life," or something like that.
Oh, sorry. The last part wasn't good. That's a lot on one hat, too.
Yeah, it'd be like a
busy hat. That hat needs an editor. Yeah, those shirts.
I've never seen that.
Really?
Have you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice. It'll usually have like a picture of, or like a drawing of like a 50s looking guy, and he'll be like, "Sarcasm's my love language," or some stupid
fucking idiot
catchphrase like that. And I want to say,
yep,
we have the authority here in this moment, because as is known for fans of the Metaphiles, we are T-shirt fucking pros.
We're at the front of the pack.
And it's finally happened that I got our first T-shirt idea printed. I hope it shows up on the camera well. If it doesn't, it says, "My barley accountant baked the books." It's the first of the T-shirts that we came up with. We're going to be making them in order. And this one will now soon be available. I don't want to talk about how much I paid to have this one printed. I'm working on that aspect. But, yeah.
My barley accountant baked the books.
Yeah, that's from episode 001.
Yeah,
Names.
that's right.
It was our first T-shirt ever. And every one we've ever said we're going to make. And this is the first one. Don't want to talk about how much it cost.
By the way, we missed... we should have had our first episode titled Episode 4.
like Star Wars.
Yeah, and 5, 6, and then this would be episode 1. It would have been cool. It just would have been cool.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, move on. I mean...
And it's too late now because, well, we could pull a Lucas and just go back and, like, re-release them and add more Jar Jar and shit.
But, well, yeah, we can pull that episode off YouTube. We can add in CGI scenes of this.
Yeah.
Pure CGI of us saying, episode 4.
Yeah.
And then re-upload it.
Yeah. Will you...
Pull a Lucas.
Will you mouth the word 1? This is episode, and I'll
right now? Just into the camera?
And I'll fix it in post.
Okay. I'm not going to do that. It's not...
4. We'll fix it in post.
It was a joke. I'm not going to participate in Lucasing something that I've done and put my sweat and blood and tears into.
I don't see how blood would be involved by going. Are any characters in Star Wars sarcastic?
Yeah.
There was the scene where Darth Vader goes like, "No, I'm your dad." There was that scene.
Huh? And then when Han Solo was about to get frozen in the carbonite, and Leia's like, "I love you," and he was like, "Wait, what was his line?" I know.
Yeah, I'm about to be very shocked.
I'm not a huge Star Wars, but he says no, so it would have been, "I love you," and he'd like, how do you say that sarcastically?
That's a tough thing to say sarcastically, because if you're saying it
too
sarcastically,
sincere.
what you are implying is that you don't know something. So,
You be Leia, and I'll be Han Solo.
no, that's what you did earlier to me. Here, I'm gonna be Leia, okay? This is the buns.
You look hot.
Thank you. Han, I love you.
I know.
It was a good performance. I don't think it was sarcastic though. I don't think you can say the words "I know" sarcastically, because the only way you would do that is
I know.
if you're saying like,
I know.
"I'm an idiot." You
Yeah, you
asked
have to-
me if I understand quantum physics.
Hey Zach, do you understand quantum physics?
Oh, I know.
Doesn't work.
It doesn't. Made it seem like I don't understand quantum physics, which I do.
The only way you'd have to go full Tim Robinson. I know. But that's, I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question, man. Probably why we don't hear much sarcasm in the Star Wars saga.
Because everybody knows everything.
Well, just because it doesn't really jive with that format.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm sure there's some fucking sarcasm in the sequels, the newer movies, because they thought that was funny.
Yes. Yeah.
And, you know, so never. Well, anyways, moving on.
Do you want to do? This wasn't even written on my notes, but I just remembered it. I told a joke earlier on this episode.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell your joke that is directly about would you be allowed to be sarcastic ... I'm trying not to give it away at all.
Oh man, no, I haven't thought of that joke in like years. Give me some hints. Put me on the right track, because I totally forgot I even did that joke. Oh yeah. I should have thought of that before this episode. You can do the swearing in on the witness stand if you do it sarcastically. Does it count? I do solemnly swear. So help me God. It killed on stage.
Killed right now. Everybody at home?
I'm sure they're laughing.
Ah, they're saying, because their sides are splitting.
Oh, yeah. Splitting, yeah.
Does that ever happen to anybody? Where's that phrase come from?
My sides stay soundly intact.
Yeah.
I have no side problems.
Mm-mm. Just back.
Yeah. You ever say back-breakingly funny? That's not a thing.
No.
That joke was arthritis-inducingly funny. Doesn't work.
No. Oh man, you were so funny. I got diabetes.
Doesn't make a lick of sense.
No. So why does comedy attack the sides?
Well,
I mean, if you laugh really hard, like you get a little stitch.
Well, say something to make me laugh really hard, and let me get some.
Okay.
Do some research here.
Okay. Me say something really funny. I do it literally every single day, so this should be very easy. Hey Jay, what do you call a person who is reading the newspaper backwards?
What? There's nothing funny. You're choking.
How are your sides?
Ooh. Oh. Wait a minute.
Oh, there's blood in your hoodie pocket.
Oh. Oh.
It worked.
Mm.
Wow, okay. Shit.
Don't be that funny again.
I'll try. I mean, that was you could see how effortless it was for me. But I'll
It seemed
try.
like you were kind of you never actually even said a punchline.
I don't.
Which became funny.
I don't see it that way.
Okay, it was a great joke.
Great. Oh. All right, well,
I don't like
Jay,
the great button.
the segment has flown by. And as much as I
The
would...
segment just flew over your house.
Oh, we got to hold for the sound. That was a fast... The plane got very fast once it
It's
was...
one of those racing planes from the 30s.
Mm-hmm. So, as much as I could just... I mean, my timer's about to go off any second now. But
Yeah.
my first duty is to the audience. And after last week's episode, where I had what I at the time thought was a brilliant plan to take the Layah Playahs down from the inside, that plan backfired on me. And the public is once again demanding Layah Playahs segment 4. I kind of have nobody but myself to blame for this one, I think. But
Finally,
whatever. Layah Playahs is...
the transgression has passed.
Layah Playahs has to happen again. And I'm certainly not going to participate in it again. So it's back to being your segment of the show.
Best news I've heard all week.
I want to hit the buzzer, but I know you're not being sarcastic. So, floor's yours. Fucking.
Welcome to Layah Playahs. This is a segment of the Metaphiles where I pitch a better podcast.
This is not a segment of the Metaphiles. The Layah Playahs is his own podcast that you hijack the Metaphiles in. This is not a sanctioned part of the Metaphiles.
Yeah, sure. This Layah Playahs is about Marvel movies we love. It's all about all the Marvel movies we can't get enough of.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
You got Iron Man. Wow.
Resorting
Iron Man
to
2. Wow.
personal attacks.
Mutant movie number 10. Ho ho! Did you see how the guy and what a movie. Wow.
If you think I'm hitting the buzzer for this shit, think again.
I can't wait for the next Marvel movie to come out because I don't think there's been enough of them. I saw all of them and I still haven't seen enough of them. And I don't think anybody else has. And I think everybody
There are a ton of characters
wants
they haven't.
even more Marvel movies to continue to come out. Hopefully they never stop. Hopefully every movie in the future is only about the X-Men. I would love that so much. I wish I could be watching a Marvel movie right now. Wouldn't that be great?
Well, that's one thing we agree on.
This has been
You
Layah
done?
Playahs.
You're done?
That felt good.
Good.
That felt real good. And that's not sarcasm.
Mm-hmm.
So. You
We'll
like
be-
that, huh?
We'll be right back.
That's what happens.
We'll be right back.
And we're back.
We're back. Doesn't work.
Bro, this is such a bad podcast. Yeah. It's a terrible podcast.
This week's episode sucks. I'm not worried that it won't get a lot of listeners.
Hey, I had an idea for another shirt. And we haven't transgressed legally, litigiously speaking
Well,
so far, and I think we're being pretty. We're good. We're pretty good.
we're pretty good. I did accuse the various Jimmies of late night of jacking my joke. I accused them of Jimmy jacking me.
Jimmy Jack lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you could bring that before a judge,
No.
which is good news for us.
Yeah. But we have a shirt.
Yeah.
Which is good. Which means 1 shirt, 0 lawsuits, so we're 1 up as we...
We're in the black.
Yeah.
It would just be a cigarette.
Oh.
That'd be the shirt.
Does it even say Metaphiles or just a cigarette?
It would have to. I mean, we could do the thing, and this is kind of, everybody does this, but we could take an existing logo, like the Marlboro, or maybe just the camel, because the camel guy's dead. They killed him. They can't use him anymore.
Joe Camel's dead?
Well, they barred them from using
Oh, because he was
his
too
likeness. Yeah,
cool. And they were like, kids
he was
will
responsible for millions of deaths because of how fucking cool he was.
smoke. Yeah.
So yeah, let's get a camel. And maybe he can even be the exact same camel. Maybe they couldn't sue from that. And that's a whole other business where they're suing because of the shirt. That's a going straight to the top, Supreme Court.
Wow.
kind of
If
case,
one of our
I think.
shirts got us sued, then like
It's a real mind fuck.
that's the most meta thing we could kind of ever do.
You're right. As of yet. we're gonna think of lots of ways to be meta. Lots of ways.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyway, no,
great T-shirt idea.
Great T-shirt idea.
Number 1,000.
Yeah, and it will be printed. It'll be the 1,000th one that we print.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's get into segment 2. Jay, for our first segment, we decided we were going to talk about sarcasm as it pertains to jokes. This segment, we're going to discuss sarcasm as it pertains to not jokes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Kind of a touchy segment.
A little bit. You want to start it out with a bit of research here?
Sure. I'm curious.
Here's a time in our world's history where sarcasm was not a joke. In 2016, North Korea banned sarcasm against the government. So people were not allowed to be like, I love Kim Jong-un. Love everything he does. That guy rules.
I'm being sarcastic. So that kind of negates it, right?
Oh.
He's being sarcastic about I'm being sarcastic about the government. Yeah, okay.
Is that your
That's how
in case of emergency? For if you are doing anything sarcastic and somebody's like, are you being fucking sarcastic? You'd be like,
oh
yeah, I'm being sarcastic. And you're like, so you're not?
Kim, missile launch.
2016 banned from usage against the government. They then, from what I could tell, later expanded that to sarcasm, period, full stop, not allowed in North Korea. So this episode will not be played there.
Sarcasm is not allowed in the country.
Not allowed. They can't have the T-shirt that says, kiss me, I'm sarcastic.
One of them's like, I'm so glad we don't have any food. Everybody looks at him.
He's like, no, I'm dieting.
Yeah, I'm thinning out. Don't arrest me.
Too late. Firing squad.
That is absurd.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Also, we don't want to be insensitive
to Kim Jong-un.
To people stuck in that country.
No.
Poor people.
Was that?
I mean, I'm just covering her ass.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, if we were insensitive, we were being sarcastic.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Kim, we weren't.
Kim? Wait. To Kim, we weren't.
Right. Because he could be listening, and we're in a world of hurt, if that's the case.
Yeah, that's the lawsuit that we do not want.
Yeah, that's...
That'd take a lot of T-shirts to get out of that one.
Ain't gonna be no jury involved in that.
Let's see what else I had here.
It's got me real concerned.
Oh, I got a little something where some people, and I wouldn't imagine they would have made it this far into our oeuvre because they are not funny. But some people think that just straight up lying is sarcasm. So you'll meet somebody for the first time, and you'll be like, "Hey, I'm Zach. What do you do?" And they'll be like, "Oh, I buy and sell exotic animals." And you'll be like, "Wow, that must be fascinating." They're like, "I'm fucking with you, dude." I'm like, okay, you win this meeting with a stranger. You're one up on me. You ever run into that? Where somebody will just be straight up just lying to you with a straight face who you've never met before, have no idea that they're trying to be funny.
Right.
What's that? What's that behavior?
I had a boss that did that. So it was my first week, I can't remember the day, and Panera Bread worked there. And he was like, "Are you going to be in charge of all the food on the production line? Everything has to go well." and just walked away.
Terrifying.
Well, yeah, I was like, and he just walked back and he was like, "No, I'm just fucking with you. No, I'm just fucking with you. That didn't happen."
None of that story happened?
Nope.
Great.
No, it was not sarcasm. What I just did.
Just.
It was non-sarcasm.
It's just pure fiction.
All of it.
Well.
I hate those people that do that. What you're talking about, by the way.
Well, guess what, Jay? This whole podcast, I was fucking with you. I've never put any of the episodes online. I just have been getting you over to my house once a week. Oh. Well, I've just revealed part of our location. That's okay. Doesn't matter, because these aren't going up. Gotcha.
Well, I'm out of here.
No, we have to finish the episode.
No, Jay. Don't go. Ooh. Oh, mama.
What was that?
Forget it.
A boss should never be allowed to be sarcastic, I think. Right? It's like, I'm already here and I don't want to be.
Well,
You don't get to, like...
It's fucking around by default, and if your boss is fucking around without, like, fucking around, you know what I mean?
No.
Well, there's fucking around, it's fun, so everybody's
Sure.
having fun.
A
There's
boss
fucking
should
around
have
where it's like he's
fun.
fucking with you.
Yeah. Don't fuck with me.
And that's
Boss
not
man.
boss behavior.
No.
That's small boss energy.
Because for me, anytime I've ever been at a job, I'm sort of being sarcastic, like, as my reality, that I want to be there. I don't.
Everything in the positive about anything concerning the job is completely sarcastic by default.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody's like, hey, Zach, you want to go grab... If a boss says, you want to go grab that thing? I say, yeah, I got it. But what I'm really saying is, yeah, I want to go grab that thing. Yeah. I would so much rather do that than be at home watching TV. You got it.
You should try that next shift at Springwater. Yeah, I'll have a Budweiser. Oh, Budweiser. Sure, yeah. Here's your Budweiser. And they're like, is it not a Budweiser? They go off
So he's like,
real well.
Hey, man, could I get a Michelob? Like, yeah, I got that for you. I'm fucking with you. I'm not getting you that beer.
Yeah, let me get that.
No, I'd never do it to a customer.
Okay. So, we're getting a little off topic. We're talking about sarcasm not
Sarcasm
in the
not
comedic
as
world.
in the comedic world. Which one version of sarcasm that is not a joke is when people are just lying to you.
Yeah.
Another one, well, okay, here's a question. 2 questions. You can have them in either order.
I'll take the second one first.
Okay. I hope I remember the first one. This is why it's good I didn't throw that pen away. So.
Oh, well, if I'm fucking with you, don't do it.
No. Okay. This is not totally like sarcasm not as jokes, but it's more sort of defining sarcasm, I guess. Maybe it would be better in the third segment, but it's happening now. What would you say is the difference? And I can look up the definitions of each one if you would like. But what would you say is the difference between being sarcastic and being a smartass or a smart aleck? Same thing. What's the difference? Because I could certainly be accused of being a smartass.
Somebody could be like, hey, can you hand me that pen?
Okay.
And it's next to it's a ballpoint pen, but then there's like a weed pen next to it, and you hand him the weed pen instead, knowing that because they're about to write, knowing that they wanted the actual real writing pen.
And that's
being a smart ass,
but
but
it's
not sarcastic.
Yeah, that's a great example
A lot of experience.
of that exact joke.
Just being a smart ass.
You just everywhere you go, just lay a weed pen and a regular pen out, and just wait.
Ask people, hey, write this down. Yeah, because it's gonna be a lot. Okay. Oh, you need a pen?
Hey, thunk thunk. Hey, could you write something down for me?
It's my wedding vows. I just thought of them.
Yeah, I just thought of them.
Dictate.
And I can't write them down.
My hands are just staring at them. You're like, give me that pen.
Okay, wait.
And then they take it, and I run away laughing, and they never see me again.
And they say, well, you don't have to be sarcastic about it. Like, actually,
I handed you a weed pen that you can't actually write words with.
I was being a smart ass.
Can I have the weed pen back? Thank you.
Okay, so that was question 2. Question 1. Is passive aggressiveness the like psychological terrorism equivalent of sarcasm, where it's like you're not saying what you mean, you're making it known what you mean without saying it and being a huge bummer?
Mm-hmm. So that's a tough one.
That's why I'm here, to ask the tough questions.
So passive aggressive, you can be extremely passive when you're being passive aggressive to the point of inaction and total silence can be in itself very passive aggressive.
Yeah. You do something that you think would upset me and I will try to be passive. Let's move on. No, I couldn't do it that last bit. Even in my acting was clearly passive aggressive.
Not sarcasm.
No. Just just a shitty thing, not related.
There's a lot of shitty things not related to sarcasm in this world.
Let's name a few.
Car wrecks.
Yeah. The rent being so damn high.
Too damn high. When you have a bunch of wires and the wires get tangled and you're just trying to do something, but they get too tangled.
Yeah. Disease.
Yeah. Can't think of anything else, really.
No, I think that's all of them.
That's all the bad stuff in the whole world. We nailed it.
Alright, so what are some other forms of sarcasm that are not jokes?
Well, just when you're trying to be mean. I think
Cruelty.
my whole Marvel Layah Playahs, it's really riding the line.
It was cruel.
Yeah.
During the break, I wept openly.
Yeah, nobody cares. But if we were a couple, I could have been doing that very seriously. It could have been very hurtful.
I see.
But instead, it was the funniest part of this whole episode. Not unlike it's the funniest part of this whole podcast is my segment. Layah Playahs. That's not sarcasm.
See, it's like during Layah Playahs, I was so upset and hurt, and I felt betrayed.
Great.
And just now, it's all coming right back up. And I wish you had a pen that I could lightly knock slightly further away from you.
Yeah, well, I don't.
Yeah.
Too bad.
There's literally nothing I can do.
Nope.
Yeah. We want to do anything with this cow, by the way?
It's just not too funny. It's just a cow.
There's one thing that's funny about it. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up. Whoever sculpted it was like, gotta get the huge balls on there. I'm sculpting a cow.
I mean, balls just by themselves aren't funny. There's got to be like a joke involved. The guy did a good job sculpting an anatomically correct bull.
Yeah, no, I like that he or she stuck to their guns.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sculpting a cow.
No bullshit.
I'm putting huge balls on. No bullshit. Nice. I think. Yeah.
No, that's actually, that was bad. I regret that.
Do you want to
It was a lame joke.
Unding?
You can't. Okay, hold on. Let's try this. Let me know if you can't do this. But I'm gonna hit it again, and in post you can chop this and
flip it,
reverse it. Okay. Let's get a clean ding.
Okay.
Cool.
Did I do it, viewers? Did I do it?
Wait. Yeah. So it's undinged. What I said was really stupid, and it was lapse in judgment.
It was fine. Just a nice little quick in the cut thing.
Not worthy of the ding.
Yeah. If we go through a whole episode with no dings, does that mean...
Well, I was just about to say, can there be a sarcastic ding?
Oh.
Maybe that kind of was, actually.
Maybe. Yeah.
I think that'd be devalue. I think that'd bring down ding culture. Ding culture would, it's going to bring it down. So, no sarcastic dings.
Ding culture.
Only genuine,
Jay.
sincere.
Ding culture. Second T-shirt of the episode.
Oh, genuine ding.
Genuine ding.
Ding culture.
Ding culture.
That's good.
By the way, this is unrelated, and for the first time in the episode, I'm going to say maybe we'll cut this out. But should our listeners be called Philophiles?
I kind of like it, but not enough.
Okay. We can keep working on it.
Yeah, let's keep that in mind.
Do you know how
what should the unwashed, diseased, lowly specimens that are right now watching us on their laptop, hunched over,
that they stole from some businessman,
eating food from a 7-Eleven,
straight out of the bag, just
what should we call them? So let's keep trying to think of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll think of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think up to this point, about halfway, a little more than halfway through episode 4, what do you think is the food that has the most been consumed while watching the Metaphiles? Just garbage right out of the can. Mostly paper, probably, but
I'm gonna go with bread sandwiches.
Bread sandwiches.
It's a British thing.
Is that where it's 2 slices of bread with a different kind of bread in between them?
Yeah. It's the most meta sandwich.
That is pretty meta sandwich.
That I could think of.
What would your ideal bread sandwich be? I have mine.
I think I would do sourdough with some rye in between.
Interesting. That's a nice... They're very adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
They would work well together. It's sourdough in the middle, rye.
No, sourdough.
Sourdough in the
rye
middle.
In the middle.
Rye in the middle. Jay, mine is going to be brioche with sourdough in the middle for a little sweet and sour kind of combo.
Oh.
But we both went sourdough, so there's that.
That was great.
Yeah, you want to say we'll be right back?
Sure. Yeah. We'll be right back. Yeah, we'll come.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Segment 3 of the Metaphiles. It's good to be here. In this beautiful basement. It's beautiful in its own way. Has things like the unfunny cow.
We've now given a second clue as to our location.
Oh.
People now know that this is being recorded in my house and in the basement of my house.
More importantly, Kim knows.
Yeah.
So that's disconcerting.
Kim knows. The Canadian podcasters know.
What the fuck are they gonna do? I hate those fuckers. Hey, we know where you live. We stole the name and now you're doing a podcast. It's kind of like more Midwest.
No, that was Canadian.
No, it's Fargo.
That's Canadian.
I guess they do sound pretty close. Hey,
they're
both great people.
Oh, so great.
Yeah.
No, wait. I gotta clear something up. I got no beef with Fargo podcasters. They're fine. They didn't do anything to me.
Okay. Not me neither.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. So here we are, Jay, segment 3. And you know what we're going to do in segment 3? We're going to talk about...
Why? Sarcasm.
We're going to get into some of the psychological and spiritual
Get out.
aspects and reactions to sarcasm.
Oh.
I would say of any episode so far, I probably did the most research for this one, which means like
Interesting.
6 minutes instead of 5. But I got a lot of stuff written down that I
That's
think is like very germane.
15% increase.
Is that accurate math?
Oh yeah.
You're a numbers guy, kind of, huh?
Oh
Like
yeah.
your job.
Huge numbers guy.
Your job, other than podcaster, requires you to be to be looking and thinking and dealing with numbers a lot, right?
No. No, it requires me to be looking and thinking about the hotkey for copy and paste.
Control C, Control V.
You're hired.
All right. End of the episode.
We don't have to do this anymore.
done.
See ya.
Jay, would you rather hear first some psychological sarcasm talk or a little bit of spiritual sarcasm?
I'm really intrigued by the spiritual. I
Uh-huh.
can't imagine what that would even be.
I had a feeling that you would be. There is less of that than the psychological, but also before that, do you want to just hear the origin of the word sarcasm?
Guess we should.
Okay. Sarcasm comes from the Greek sarcasmos, which translates, at least roughly, according to our favorite, the internet, to tear flesh, bite the lip in rage, or sneer. It was first used in English in 1579 in an annotation to the Shepherd's Calendar from a poem by Edmund Spenser. He said, "Tom Piper, an ironical sarcasmus, spoken in derision of these rude wits."
What a fucking tryhard.
And its first modern, like when it was defined as we knew it today, was in the Oxford English Dictionary in 1695.
And that is kind of what I was doing with the Marvel episode of Layah Playahs again.
You were biting the lip in rage.
Oh yeah,
'Cause you're mad.
at Marvel movies. I'm mad that shit took over cinema.
Yeah.
And that people unironically and unsarcastically like it.
Yeah. Can I ask you something? How do you feel about James Bond films? And to be real with me.
Some of them are very good films.
Yeah. When a new Daniel Craig James Bond hits the theaters in the last however many years, are you kind of excited?
I know I'm definitely going to watch it, probably not in theaters, but
Okay.
yeah.
Could you acknowledge that there is like basically no difference between a James Bond movie and a Marvel movie?
There's plenty of difference.
How so? Name one. They're both stupid.
Okay. So, there was a guy who was a spy.
Real quick, what's your favorite James Bond movie?
I think From Russia with Love.
Okay. Continue.
Or Dr. No. Hard to tell.
Let's go with your first answer.
The difference is there are things in a James Bond movie that can touch on more dynamic storytelling possibilities than this person is actually more powerful than that person and they fight. But wait, this person finds out how to be more powerful than that person and actually wins. End of the movie, but wait, cut into the credits scene. This person comes out. Remember this person? Wait for the movie coming out next.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's got a lot more texture to play with. A lot more class. Marvel movies are just like boilerplate power hierarchy play, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
With new drapes for each different movie that comes out, but
So now this guy doesn't like drapes.
it's the same damn movie, and of course James Bond is too. But anyways,
yeah, I mean, I could easily like.
hey,
I could easily turn that around on you, but we just don't have time.
Oh, I'm sure you could. Yeah, totally could do that.
So, but no. So instead, I'll just say like, oh, James Bond movies have so much dynamic storytelling. Which car is he gonna drive this time?
There's actually a lot of good cars in the James Bond movies.
Sure.
That was more DB7.
A lot of good drapes in Marvel movies. Let's just do a quick hit from the IMDb Parents Guide. This is from Russia with Love. And I'm just going to make sure I'm not missing any good ones.
Of course, there's going to be no mention of like violence and people dying and killing each other. No, the bad things are, of course, you might see a tit.
That is a separate section on the IMDb Parents Guide, which I have never found to be as funny. But it is there.
Touche.
All right, so nothing great here.
Just give me one.
Sure, yeah, nothing exceptional. But as with most Bond movies, the intro features scantily clad women dancing. Although the credits are dark, cleavage, bare abdomens, and legs can be seen.
I knew I shouldn't have let him watch those James Bond movie intros.
He saw an abdomen.
Into a pervert.
He's been looking up abdomens, Charles.
I found a whole folder on his computer. Abdomens. That's so stupid.
Yeah. All right, now there's one other, or I guess the first, actually, aspect of sarcasm as it relates to spirituality. And I don't personally think there's like kind of any hay to be made comedically off of this, but I just think it's kind of interesting. This was the only thing I found in my slightly more extensive research.
What do you got?
Buddhist monk Tanisaru Bhikkhu identified sarcasm as contrary to right speech, an aspect of the Noble Eightfold Path leading to the end of suffering. So according to this Buddhist monk, sarcasm directly in opposition to enlightenment.
Feels about right.
I kind of think so
Feels
too.
about right, yeah.
Again, we've employed it. We're not coming out as like anti-sarcasm here. But yeah, too much of it makes you seem like a not Zen human being.
And we also mentioned that it's the lowest form of comedy. So I wonder if there's a overlap here with comedy and spirituality.
Well, it
Maybe
did also. I looked into Tanasaru Bhikkhu slightly more, loves the Three Stooges.
Oh, yeah?
Loves them. That's not true.
Yeah. You really fooled me with that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got you good.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like that makes sense, that the most spiritual destination a person can aspire to is also probably the peak of comedy. They could probably be the funniest person ever.
I think so. I don't know how much you know about Gary Shandling. He was
Everything.
Yeah. So then you already know. He's, you, by the way, almost just did the, I know, devout seeker of enlightenment in his later life, and one of the funniest people who ever lived, in my opinion.
Well, that makes it sound like maybe comedy drove him to it.
Could be.
Jury's out. Jury's out.
Seinfeld, a transcendental meditation guy.
Who?
Seinfeld.
He is?
I believe so.
Not in this show.
No, in real...
Great work!
Oh, okay, so...
I'm trying to meditate.
In the show Seinfeld,
Yeah.
there's a character named Jerry Seinfeld.
I'm following you.
Yeah. Jerry Seinfeld was a real guy who hired an actor to play a character named Jerry Seinfeld because he was too busy doing transcendental meditation to do it himself.
Sounds hilarious.
I mean...
Is it a good show?
The show Seinfeld?
Yeah.
It's a bad show. Great.
Nah, that didn't happen.
No, it didn't. I'm fucking with you.
I think Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David are together the least. They're like the furthest from enlightenment people, probably. Because enlightenment's all about like no attachments. They're probably like...
Well, I don't know. Seinfeld definitely.
You can't kvetch about everything and be enlightened. Does it? It's antithetical.
I don't know if that's true. I think you can like acknowledge the foibles of the world while being unaffected by them. In a way, acknowledging them is a way to be unaffected by them.
You know what? I guess that's a good point.
But that being said, Seinfeld probably not. He wants to buy every car and cup of coffee that he ever saw in his life. And he wants to make other comedians go get the coffee with him. It's just like, just go get some, dude. Like...
I mean, I get it. It's awkward being in a restaurant alone.
Sure, but just like read a newspaper or something. You know what you call a guy reading a newspaper backwards?
What?
We can't because I'm worried about your health. I don't want to do that to you again. Larry David, though, it's funny. It's always like whatever we talked about the last week kind of ends up coming up again, but then like there's just this sort of like slow, because whatever we talked about in the first week, who knows? But every episode so far, some person or thing that we've talked about has like happened to come back up again. Seinfeld happens every week because you.
Owen Wilson came back.
Fuck up about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Owen Wilson.
Kim Jong-un is probably going to be...
He'll be here next week. He might be a guest. You think that guy has ever said anything funny?
I think he's tried, but...
Yeah.
The real question, has he ever gotten a genuine laugh intentionally?
Yeah.
And, yeah.
And it's kind of sad for him that he'll never know. Because anytime anybody ever laughed at anything he said, he might have to wonder, like, are they doing that because I'm the guy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, I know how it feels.
Yeah. I am terrified of you. And that's why I laugh at your... whatever you call it.
Jokes.
Oh.
Hilarious jokes.
Yeah. Those.
Laugh now. Continue. Oh, continue with the episode.
Oh, okay.
That was enough for the moment.
All right. Let's burn through a little bit of what the psychology world has to say about sarcasm.
Okay.
There's quite a bit of this, so I'm going to sort of... We'll see how quickly. Psychology has generally viewed sarcasm as being a coping mechanism for anger and frustration. One guy named Clifford N. Lazarus, which is a fucking awesome name. Cliff Lazarus.
That's up there.
Yeah.
That's up there in like the top 5 names of all time.
Cliff Lazarus. That could be anything. That could be a game show host. It could be a private detective. It could be those two, the two most important jobs.
It could be a guy on roller skates at the Sonic.
It absolutely could.
Badass.
He called it hostility disguised as humor that tends to overwhelm the emotional flavor of any conversation. I don't disagree.
Interesting. Yeah, that tracks.
However, another school of...
Also, just real quick.
Sure.
I think it's kind of hard for us to overwhelm the emotional flavor of this podcast.
Yeah.
So
because we are the emotional flavor of this podcast.
Yeah. Chicken flavor.
Yeah.
Like the ramen flavoring, the flavor packet.
Yeah.
Anyways,
we're the salt and pepper of this thing.
Yeah.
And I call pepper.
Sure. Okay.
Another school of
love
psychological thought posits that to understand sarcasm requires separate parts of the brain to work together.
That can't be true. I understand sarcasm.
Well, you do, because more than one part of your brain is happening. You feel that?
Oh.
And so they suggest that the use and recording of understanding of sarcasm could distinguish between different types of neurodegenerative diseases, such as Alzheimer's.
So if they're being more sarcastic, it might be a sign of Alzheimer's?
No. It's like, if I thought you had Alzheimer's, I would say to you, Jay, it's fine. You can remember things really well. And if you get that I'm being sarcastic, then it means you're doing okay. If you don't, then you do have Alzheimer's. You remember things so well, buddy. You don't have Alzheimer's at all.
Thanks.
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh, nothing. Let's see if this is worth it.
Alzheimer's, what a fucking downer.
Oh yeah, okay. A third school believes that
There's 3 whole schools on this?
there's 3 schools. There's Sarcasm U, Sarcasm Tech, and Sarcasm Clown College. They said the construction and interpretation of sarcasm can lead to greater creative thinking because they activate abstract thinking. Sarcasm, to interpret sarcasm, is a ability to understand the abstract.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last piece of thing that I have written down that's worth it, I think,
Sure.
if any of this was,
Sure.
is just a quote by Dostoevsky.
Indian writers are the best.
Yep. He was a defendant of sarcasm. He referred to sarcasm as usually the last refuge of modest and chaste-souled people when the privacy of their souls is coarsely and intrusively invaded. Isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
Dostoevsky. Great writer. Great.
Yeah. I just fly through his books.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like, I need more books to read because there's not enough words in this book.
2 out of 5 stars, not enough words. He used the over and over.
None of this, however, answers the question why.
Why sarcasm?
Sarcasm. I mean, aside, actually, it does say if I was a pure soul infringed upon and intruded, resolving, relegating my last refuge to sarcasm. Okay, that's a why.
You are modest. You are modest and chaste souled.
So, I mean, that covers that demographic.
Mm-hmm.
Why does everybody else use sarcasm? Because we know that modest and chaste describes maybe 0.05% of the population.
It's the two of us, for sure. My soul's chaste as fuck, dude.
I've been chaste this whole time.
Yeah.
But what about everybody else? Why do they use sarcasm?
Well, our timer has run out, by the way. So we will be wrapping it up kind of here.
And there's definitely no chaste, modest people in North Korea. That's been debunked.
Okay.
No modest, chaste people there, because there's no sarcasm. So.
Oh, yeah, that tracks. I will say, for my answer to your question, and to the question why sarcasm, apart from people who are funny and just like employ sarcasm as one of the many tools in their toolbox, your average person who is not funny but thinks that being sarcastic equals you are funny is not funny.
Yeah.
And that's for sure the most unironic, egotistical thing I have said on this show to date. But that is my answer to why sarcasm. Sarcasm is for either funny people to use as a spice, or not funny people to put on a t-shirt and build their kind of whole personality around.
And they're wringing it dry.
Yeah.
They're wringing it dry for all the meager, pitiful little laughs they can get.
Yeah. Would you like to... We've never done this where we have to have an answer to the why ... Well, I like it for this one. And moving forward.
Yeah.
By the way, we're not going to do segment for Michael Jackson sarcasm this week.
I don't believe that Michael Jackson was ever sarcastic for one single second in his life. I don't think he had a conception of sarcasm.
He was neither modest nor chaste-souled. I think we can all agree.
Maybe he was. Maybe he was the most modest, most chaste, but never wasn't. I don't think so. Nah, that's all wrong. Anyways,
you want to answer why sarcasm, or you feel like we got it?
No, let me sum it up. Why sarcasm? Because it makes for a great topic of a podcast. Hey, maybe this episode sucks.
No. Not yet. That could be the answer to the question every week. It's like, why names? Well, because we had something to fucking talk about.
Shit. Okay, well, you're really backing me into a corner on this one.
Give yourself a ding for that, man. That's the fucking best.
I don't know.
Do it.
We've established this is not.
You have never made me laugh that hard on this show before. Fucking give yourself a ding.
Okay. A hearty, genuine Zach laugh deserves a ding. I just want to barely touch it.
You hear how loudly that rang out? It's because the pole...
Like the Liberty Bell.
The Rust pole knows.
Okay.
All right.
Why sarcasm?
No more sarcasm. Let's do the plugs, and then we'll fuck off. let people get back
Read
to their laundry.
my book.
Yeah. Listen to my EP. What are they called? Where you find them? It's right down there, sucker. And also, realize that every week I forgot to say something, and this is not sarcastic. People who are there on YouTube right now, hit the like, hit the subscribe, all the stupid stuff people say on YouTube. Leave a comment, talk to us, engage with us. We like it.
Show us some love.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not in Nylands. No man is Nylands.
And here's something I'll say, and I'll let the people at home decide
It's a mistake.
if this is sarcastic or not. And I'm gonna let the people at home, will end with my finger hovering over the great buzzer. Will end there,
Okay.
and people will decide if what I'm about to say is sarcastic or not.
Okay.
We don't do this podcast for ourselves.
Metaphiles.